And welcome back to Brock Court. It is time to wrap this broadcast up with the Aldersons Awards West postgame show. For trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more, go to aldersons.net for their full catalog. Tony Davila here with Paul Beatty. Your final score, Eatonville 63, Tenino 45.
And Eatonville took advantage of that second half. They got started quick in that third quarter after leading by just 2 after the first quarter, and then just with that 1-point lead going in at halftime, and then came out. And to me, Tony, it looked like they want to run, they want to shoot from the outside a little bit, but they really focused on getting that ball in the paint. Tenino was in some foul trouble with their 2 big guys as well, and Jake Wood especially took advantage of that third quarter, finding the inside paint and delivering.
Yeah, found the inside paint.
Kyle Cox had a couple of buckets in there too, I think, during that run.
Yeah, Kyle, it was the bigs inside. Wood with 10 points in the third, Cox was 6.
Yeah.
So they had 16 of the 18 points scored in the third quarter, and that was with both Burkhart and Hickel in foul trouble. Burkhart didn't play in the third quarter. Yeah. He was a big difference in the first half, but he picked up that 4th foul at the buzzer for halftime, and that really changed how this game went.
Well,
so
going on here on the I'm not sure what's happening here down here as well. Anyway, let's get to the final numbers.
So with Eatonville scored 14, 14, 18, 17. That's the scoring for Eatonville. Tenino went 12, 13, 7, 11. That third quarter was a killer for the Beavers.
It was.
Let's go over these final scores. We'll start with the Tenino Beavers. Their leading scorer was Noah Scow with 20 points. Takari Hickel had 4, Toby Seuss with 2, Jack Burkhart with 6, Will Feltus with 11, and Brody Noonan with 2 for the Beavers. They went 6 of 8 from the free throw line. For the Eatonville Cruisers, their leading scorer was Riley McElwraith with 16 points, Shea Brandon with 10, Jacob Lucht had 7, Kyle Cox 13, Jake Wood had 14, and Waylon Metler finished with 3 points. Eatonville went 11 of 28 from the free throw line.
All right, let's get to our MVPs of the game. Let's start with the home team, Tenino. The MVP brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center in Chehalis, Centralia, and South Bend. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. Let's get to our MVP for Tenino. Who do you like?
It's hard to get away from Noah Scout. 20 points for him, led all scorers for the longest time. He was the only one in double figures. He had 8 in the first 2 quarters. Each of them had 8 points. Then he ends up scoring 3. He ends up with 4 points in the second half, but they didn't score a whole lot in the second half. The other person I liked was Will Feltus. He ended up with 11 for the game. He was one of the few that started taking the threes late. It wasn't a pass-up of a shot. He started taking some shots and really hitting them.
I think we go with Will Feltus here. Noah's won it a couple times. I think we've done in the past. Certainly very deserving, but Will also stepped up with one of his better offensive performances for when we've been here for sure.
Yeah, and he goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line, so I have no argument there.
All right, and time now for our MVP for our visiting team, and the Eatonville Cruisers, brought to you by Pacific Sports Bar in Chehalis. Pacific Sports Bar can get you back in the game in a hurry and is a leader in rapid recovery and get you game ready at Pacific Sports Spa. Who do you like for the MVP for Eatonville?
I really like the 2 bigs inside. I like Jake Wood and Kyle Cox, both of them. McElwraith scored. He had 16 points. He had 4 in the second half, but it was that big third quarter that I think put Jake Wood over the top for the player of the game.
he got into foul trouble. He didn't play a whole lot in the first half. I kind of like Riley here because without his 16 in that first half, he had 16 of the 28.
He had 12 at halftime.
Or 12 of the 28, ended up with 16. It's hard for me to get away from Riley, I think, in this one.
Yeah, I think he had a really good game. He led them in scoring. He was 5 of 8 from the free throw line, so he was one of the few because they went 11 of 28 from the free throw line. He was one that was consistent from the line.
All right, let's go with Riley McElraith as well. All right, that is going to do it here from Brock Court at Tenino High School. Again, the final, Eatonville 63, Tenino 45. We thank you for watching tonight. We'll catch you next time here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.